Question 1. In the context of duct installation in a multi-zone commercial HVACR system, technician Isabel Patel notices that the airflow to one of the zones is significantly lower than designed, despite the ductwork being properly assembled. Which of the following is the most likely root cause? A. The diffuser is oversized for the zone capacity. B. The transition duct was improperly fabricated, creating excessive turbulence. C. The thermostat setting is incorrectly programmed. D. The static pressure at the air handler is slightly above normal operating range. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Improperly fabricated transitions often lead to turbulence and increased friction loss, severely limiting airflow. SMACNA's duct design manual highlights the importance of smooth transitions and gradual changes in duct shape to reduce turbulence. Diffuser size A. Affects airflow, not volume. Thermostat programming C. May affect system cycling but not airflow resistance. Slight static pressure variations D. Normal and typically do not restrict airflow significantly. Thus, B. Addresses the core fabrication issue tied to airflow performance. Question 2. When considering the use of sheet metal tools in fabrication, which of the following best demonstrates compliance with OSHA regulations regarding employee safety during operation of powered shears? A. Wearing leather gloves and using foot-operated safety switches. B. Installing blade guards and using a two-hand control device. C. Wearing noise-cancelling earmuffs and a face shield. D. Disconnecting the machine when not in use. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. OSHA 1910 Subpart O Machinery and Machine Guarding mandates guarding of shear blades and the use of dual-hand controls to prevent hand injuries, while PPEAC and shutdown practices D are essential. Only B directly aligns with machine-specific guarding rules that ensure operator safety during use. Machine safety must prioritize engineering controls over PPE alone. Question 3. Given the circumstances at a renovation project where existing ductwork must be altered to accommodate, the new air handling unit Mr. Lopez is tasked with minimizing airflow resistance while modifying the main trunk. What should he prioritize during the redesign? A. Using 90-degree elbows to preserve floor space. B. Minimizing the number of fittings by extending straight duct. C. Including multiple wire fittings to split air evenly. D. Increasing duct gauge to reduce vibration. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Minimizing fittings and keeping airflow paths as straight as possible reduces pressure drop and turbulence. SMACNA duct design manual stresses that fittings, especially elbows and transitions, are primary contributors to friction loss. Options A and C introduce additional resistance. Gauge increase. D reduces vibration but doesn't improve airflow. Straight, streamlined duct design is key. Question 4. Contrary to popular belief, which of the following is the most effective method for preventing leakage in fabricated duct sections in high static pressure applications? A. Doubling the number of screws used in connections. B. Applying mastic sealant to all longitudinal seams and transverse joints. C. Spot welding corners of each duct run. D. Wrapping the duct externally with acoustic insulation. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. SMACNA HVACR duct leakage test manual recommends mastic sealants for high-pressure duct sealing. Screws A aid mechanical strength, but don't seal air gaps. Spot welding C is impractical for large systems and doesn't address seams. Acoustic insulation D does not seal air. It only dampens noise. Mastic ensures full seam coverage and leak control. Question 5. During the process of laying out a complex offset fitting using galvanized steel, Raymond encounters a discrepancy between the required angle and the available protractor readings. What is the best approach to ensure accurate fabrication? A. Estimate the missing angle using known adjacent dimensions. B. Transfer the full pattern to AER for machine calibration. C. Use triangulation techniques to determine the missing angle. D. Proceed with fabrication and adjust the angle manually during assembly. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. Triangulation is a precise geometric method used for layout in complex ductwork that allows accurate determination of unknown angles and true lengths, especially when tools fall short. SMACNA's rectangular industrial duct construction standard supports triangulation in pattern development. CNC transfer. B is helpful but depends on correct data. Manual adjustments. D and estimates A lead to. Question 6. As demonstrated by proper duct installation techniques, which of the following support methods is most appropriate for horizontal rectangular ductwork exceeding 24 inches in width in a high-velocity air system? A. Perforated steel strap hangers at 6-foot intervals. B. Angle iron trapeze hangers with vibration isolators. C. Nylon zip ties secured to ceiling joists. D. Copper pipe hangers spaced every 8 feet. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. SMACNA duct construction standards recommend trapeze hangers for large, high-velocity ducts due to their stability and ability to resist deflection. Perforated straps, they are inadequate for wide ducts. Nylon ties, C, are not co-compliant. Copper pipe hangers, D, are not suited for flat duct surfaces. Vibration isolators help control noise and structural stress, making B the best choice. Question 7. Throughout the course of reviewing a job site plan, Ching identifies that a return air duct is running parallel and in close proximity to a chemical storage room. What compliance issue should he be most concerned about? A. Potential condensation on the duct surface. B. Reduced velocity due to surrounding obstructions. C. Infiltration of hazardous fumes into the return duct. D. Excessive reverberation noise due to thin wall material. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. Proximity to chemical storage presents a serious risk of contaminant infiltration into the return air stream, potentially violating ASHRAE Standard 62.1 and OSHA air quality rules. Return ducts must be placed away from pollutant sources to ensure indoor air quality. Y, B, and D may be secondary concerns. C is the direct violation with major health implications. Question 8. The traditional approach to measuring sheet metal duct leakage involves which of the following procedures? A. Using a handheld anemometer at a supply register. B. Pressurizing the duct section and using a manometer to measure pressure drop. C. Plugging openings and using ultrasonic leak detection. D. Applying smoke pencils to visible seams during airflow. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. The SMACNA duct air leakage test manual specifies that pressurization testing with pressure drop measurement is the industry standard for quantifying leakage rates. Anemometers A. Measure velocity, not leakage. Ultrasonic detection C. is useful but not standard. Smoke D. is qualitative, not quantitative. Option B provides reliable, co-compliant results. Question 9. While examining a layout for an offset transition in a large return duct, Mr. Ahmed notices that the pattern lacks true lengths for the mitered sections. What negative outcome is most likely if he proceeds with fabrication as is? A. Airflow will increase, causing positive pressure buildup. B. Duct vibration will amplify due to harmonic resonance. C. The fitting may not align with mating sections, causing field modification delays. D. Thermal bridging will increase across the transition joint. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. Without true lengths, mitered fittings won't fit properly, causing misalignment and field rework, leading to time delays and potential leakage. SMACNA's pattern layout manual emphasizes accurate pattern development using true lengths for all angles and offsets. Other options, A, B, D, relate to different aspects of system performance, not misalignment. Question 10. Taking into account standard duct fabrication guidelines, which of the following practices most contributes to maintaining laminar airflow through a duct fitting? A. Incorporating turning vanes inside elbows. B. Reducing duct size to increase velocity. C. Applying external insulation to reduce sound transmission. D. Using riveted seams instead of welded joints. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Turning vanes guide air smoothly through changes in direction, preserving laminar flow and reducing turbulence and pressure loss. SMACNA duct design manual strongly recommends vanes in elbows with small radii, increasing velocity. B. Raises turbulence. Insulation. C. Affects acoustics, not flow. Seam type. D. Impacts integrity, not airflow. Vanes ensure optimal flow dynamics. Question 11. During the process of verifying an insulated supply duct run-in, a hospital renovation, Mr. Green notices that some of the external insulation has become compressed near hangers. What is the most significant consequence of this issue? A. The duct's fire resistance rating will be compromised. B. The airflow velocity within the duct will be increased. C. The R value of the insulation will be reduced, affecting energy efficiency. D. The vapor barrier will emit odors into the supply air. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. Compressed insulation loses its thermal resistance R value, allowing heat transfer that can reduce system efficiency and cause condensation. SMACR HVAC duct construction standards emphasize preserving insulation thickness. Fire resistance A is more related to the type of material, not compression. Airflow velocity B is determined by duct dimensions and system design. Odor emissions D are rare and not related to compression. Question 12. The underlying principle of layout work requires understanding geometry for precise fabrication. Which technique allows Mr. Carson to transfer accurate arc lengths from a flat pattern to a curved transition fitting? A. Radial line development method. B. Parallel line development method. C. Isometric drawing conversion. D. Triangular segmentation method. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Radial line development is used when laying out round or conical fittings like reducers or elbows. It accounts for varying radii and allows correct arc length transfer to flat patterns. Parallel line B is for rectangular transitions, while isometric C is visual, not developmental. Triangular segmentation D is used for irregular layouts but lacks radial precision. SMACNers. Sheet metal layout strategy by fitting type. Question 13. Given the circumstances of installing ductwork in a building with strict noise requirements, Turner is instructed to reduce sound transmission from the supply duct. Which solution best addresses this without compromising airflow? A. Increase the fan speed to overcome acoustic drag. B. Install flexible duct sections at every branch. C. Line the duct interior with acoustic insulation. D. Add perforated grills at supply registers. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. Lining duct interiors with acoustic insulation effectively absorbs sound waves and is widely recommended in the SMACR HVAC sound and vibration manual. Increasing fan speed A increases noise and energy use. Flexible ducts B increase friction and may sag. Perforated grills D reduce outlet noise but don't mitigate ductborne transmission. Acoustic lining balances sound control and system performance. Question 14. Among the various inspection steps before sealing a fabricated elbow fitting, which of the following checks should a technician perform to ensure dimensional accuracy? A. Confirming that the fitting length matches the blueprint elevation height. B. Verifying that seam sealant has fully cured before testing. C. Measuring inside diameter to match system CFM requirement. D. Ensuring the throat and heel radii conform to specified dimensions. Answer. Correct answer. D. Explanation. Accurate heel and throat radii ensure the elbow performs per design specifications, affecting airflow resistance and fitting alignment. SMACR duct design manual advises verifying these dimensions for airflow consistency. Length A is secondary in elbows. Sealant cure B is for leakage testing, not dimensional accuracy. Inside diameter C is more relevant to round duct sizing than elbows. Question 15. When evaluating the merits of different joining methods in corrosive environments such as coastal installations, which of the following joining techniques should Mr. NASA choose to enhance durability and minimize galvanic corrosion? A. Pot riveting with aluminum rivets on stainless steel duct. B. Spot welding galvanized sheet metal sections. C. Using stainless steel screws and sealant on stainless ducts. D. Applying zinc tape over joint seams after assembly. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. Stainless steel fasteners with sealants prevent dissimilar metal contact and corrosion, aligning with SMACR's guidelines for corrosive environments. Galvanic corrosion occurs when dissimilar metals are joined. A. While spot welding galvanized steel. B. May accelerate rusting. Zinc tape. D. Offers temporary protection but isn't a long-term solution. Matching materials and sealing joints ensure longevity. Question 16. Through the lens of OSHA safety protocols, what is the primary reason technicians are required to implement lockout-or-gut procedures before servicing powered sheet metal equipment? A. To prevent unauthorized personnel from accessing tools. B. To ensure the machine resets to zero position. C. To prevent accidental machine startup that could cause injury. D. To verify if electrical wiring needs repair. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. OSHA 1910.147 mandates lockout-or-gut to prevent unexpected startup or energy release that can injure workers. The primary goal is safety during maintenance, not tool security. A. Reset calibration. B. Or diagnosis. D. Compliance ensures machine energy sources are fully isolated before service. Question 17. From a practical standpoint, why must expansion joints or flexible connectors be installed between air handling units and connected ductwork in large systems? A. To reduce pressure drop from sharp transitions. B. To allow thermal expansion and absorb vibration. C. To provide a location for air balancing dampers. D. To allow easier access during maintenance inspections. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Expansion joints accommodate thermal movement and isolate vibration from mechanical equipment, preserving duct integrity. SMACNA recommends flexible connections between AHAs and ducts to prevent fatigue. Pressure drop. A and access. D. Are unrelated. Balancing dampers. C. Are installed in branch ducts, not joints. Question 18. The most significant aspect of using a Pittsburgh seam in duct fabrication is its A. Aesthetic smoothness, B. Fast assembly with minimal tools, C. Strength and air tightness for longitudinal joints, D. Ability to allow for future disassembly. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. The Pittsburgh seam provides strong, tight longitudinal joints with mechanical interlocking. SMACNA fabrication standards endorse it for rectangular ducts due to its sealing reliability. Aesthetics, they are secondary, while it aids assembly. B. Its strength and leak resistance are most valuable. Disassembly. D. Is not its intended function. Question 19. During a rooftop ductwork installation, Harper encounters unexpected pitch variation due to roof slope. Which course of action best maintains duct alignment and drainage compliance? A. Install adjustable supports and re-level the ductwork. B. Raise all duct sections using custom metal shims. C. Cut and re-weld duct sections to match roof contours. D. Allow duct to follow slope to avoid condensation pooling. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Adjustable supports enable technicians to level ducts while compensating for slope, preserving proper condensate drainage. SMACNA outdoor duct construction guidelines recommend pitched or level ducts with support flexibility. Rewelding. C. Adds risk and labor. Shims. B. Lack durability and adjustability, allowing slope. D. May cause airflow or pooling issues. Question 20. As illustrated by common practice in commercial projects, which of the following practices best minimizes leakage when connecting round spiral ducts to takeoffs in branch lines? A. Using a flying connection with rope gasket and sheet metal screws. B. Applying duct tape on the seam after snapping together spiral duct. C. Welding the joint followed by spray applied insulation. D. Crimping both male and female ends for a tighter fit. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Flying connections with gaskets and screws create a sealed, secure joint. SMACNA standards recommend this method especially for medium to high-pressure ducts. Duct tape. B. Is not durable or co-compliant. Welding. C. Is excessive for small fittings. Crimping both ends. D. Can cause fitment issues. Only one side should be crimped for proper joining. Question 21. When faced with installing a large rectangular duct in an environment where thermal expansion is significant, Mr. Wilson must choose the best way to accommodate movement without damaging the ductwork. Which option best meets industry standards? A. Incorporate slip joints or expansion joints at calculated intervals. B. Use thicker gauge metal to resist deformation. C. Anchor the duct rigidly to the building structure. D. Increase duct size to reduce airflow velocity. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. SMACNA standards require expansion or slip joints to absorb thermal expansion and contraction, preventing damage. Rigid anchoring. C. Can cause buckling or stress. Thicker metal, B, resists deformation but doesn't accommodate movement, increasing size. D, affects airflow, not expansion. Proper expansion joints maintain duct integrity and longevity. Question 22. Considering the evidence from a recent duct leakage test, a technician finds that leakage rates exceed allowable limits despite sealing efforts. Which of the following is the most likely cause? A, the mastic sealant was applied before the duct was clean. B, the duct was fabricated from galvanized steel instead of aluminum. C, the duct hangers were spaced too closely together. D, the duct seams were folded instead of mechanically locked. Answer. Correct answer, A, explanation. Proper adhesion of mastic requires clean surfaces free from dust, oil, or oxidation. SMACNA and EPA guidelines emphasize surface preparation as essential for sealing effectiveness. A material choice, B, and hanger spacing. C, don't directly impact sealant performance. Folded seams, D, may leak but are usually mechanically fastened. Poor cleaning is the primary cause. Question 23. From the perspective of airflow efficiency, why should a sheet metal technician avoid abrupt transitions in duct cross-sections such as sudden reductions or enlargements? A, they cause noise due to air friction. B, they increase static, pressure losses, and turbulence. C, they decrease duct lifespan due to stress concentration. D, they are difficult to fabricate and install. Answer. Correct answer, B, explanation. Sudden changes in cross-section cause airflow separation and turbulence, increasing static pressure losses per SMACNA duct design manual. This reduces system efficiency and increases energy consumption. Noise, A, may result but is secondary. Stress, C, and fabrication difficulty, D, are less critical to airflow performance. Question 24. Under the assumption that a duct is exposed to corrosive chemical fumes, which material selection best complies with environmental durability and OSHA recommendations? A, standard galvanized steel with acrylic coating. B, aluminum alloy with a baked enamel finish. C, stainless steel with passivated surface treatment. D, cold rolled steel painted with epoxy primer. Answer. Correct answer, C, explanation. Stainless steel with passivation resists corrosion and complies with OSHA and EPA regulations for chemical exposure. Galvanized or painted steel, A, D, may deteriorate quickly. Aluminum, B, has moderate corrosion resistance but can be attacked by some chemicals. Selection of corrosion-resistant materials ensures safety and longevity. Question 25. In light of recent developments in building codes, which of the following best explains the reason for specifying a minimum duct gauge for certain duct sizes? A, to ensure compatibility with standard fittings. B, to increase rigidity and prevent vibration damage. C, to reduce duct fabrication costs by standardizing material thickness. D, to allow for easier field modifications and bending. Answer. Correct answer, B, explanation. Minimum gauge requirements per SMACNA and International Mechanical Code ensure ducts have sufficient rigidity to prevent vibration, buckling, and noise transmission. Cost, C, and compatibility, A, are secondary. Thicker metal complicates bending. D, so the gauge specification balances strength and fabrication ease. Question 26. While examining a spiral duct fabrication process, Istakim is asked to determine which aspect of the lock seam formation most impacts air tightness. Which factor should he prioritize? A, uniformity of the lock seam pitch and tightness. B, the gauge of the sheet metal used. C, the length of the duct section. D, the type of sealant applied after seam formation. Answer. Correct answer, A, explanation. Uniform lock seam pitch and tight seam formation prevent gaps and leakage points per SMACNA fabrication standards. Gauge, B, affects strength, not seam tightness. Length. C, doesn't affect seam quality. Sealant. D, aids at tightness but can't compensate for poorly formed seams. Proper seam formation is critical to leakage prevention. Question 27. During troubleshooting a system with uneven airflow distribution, O'Neill suspects an installation error. Based on duct layout principles, which of the following is the most probable cause? A, incorrect installation of balancing dampers in the branch ducts. B, use of oversized duct material to reduce noise. C, installation of flexible duct sections with adequate support. D. Insufficient insulation thickness on supply ducts. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Balancing dampers control airflow volumes. Incorrect installation or adjustment causes uneven distribution, impacting comfort and efficiency. Oversized ducts. B. Then insulation thickness. D. Influence other factors but not distribution directly. Proper support of flex ducts. C. Prevents sagging but doesn't cause imbalance alone. Question 20. When evaluating the merits of a welded duct joint versus a riveted and sealed joint, which of the following is a key advantage of welding in sheet metal duct fabrication? A. Faster assembly with hand tools. B. Superior structural strength and airsightness. C. Easier to disassemble for maintenance. D. Reduced skill requirements for technicians. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Welding produces strong, tight joints ideal for high-pressure or critical applications as per SMACMA and ASHRAE standards. Riveting and sealing, C, are easier to disassemble but less robust. Welding requires skill, D, and is usually slower. Welded joints ensure system integrity and longevity. Question 29. In terms of safety procedures, which of the following best describes the purpose of fall protection measures during duct installation at heights? A. To prevent slips on wet duct surfaces. B. To ensure compliance with OSHA regulations preventing serious injury or death. C. To reduce fatigue by providing rest platforms. D. To enhance work productivity by securing tools. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. OSHA 1926 Subpart M requires fall protection to prevent fatalities and injuries from falls during elevated work. Preventing slips, A, and productivity, D, are benefits but secondary. Rest platforms, C, relate to ergonomics. Fall protection is a critical safety mandate for roofing and duct installation work. Question 30. For many years, the preferred method of sealing longitudinal duct seams in HVAC systems has been A. Applying duct tape over overlapping seams. B. Using double lock standing seams with mastic sealant. C. Welding seams continuously along the duct length. D. Using snap lock seams with mechanical fasteners only. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Double lock standing seams provide strong mechanical joints and mastic ensures airtight sealing as recommended by SMACMA and ASHRAE standards. Duct tape A is temporary and non-compliant. Welding C is durable but costly and specialized. Snap lock seams D often require sealing for airtightness.